name is Steve, and I'll be your safari guide and driver. And after we get across the Bronx River, we will be transported to Asia, as if by magic. We'll see animals from China to India, Cambodia to Nepal, and more. So for your safety, please remain seated at all times, with your hands and feet inside the car. Here at the Bronx Zoo, we are the headquarters of the Wildlife Conservation Society, the WCS. We have scientists in the field and zookeepers here at home protecting animals all over the world. And now we are magically landing 7,000 miles away in Asia. Now if you look about in the back there, you see an off-white deer. That's a back-pain deer. We've got a little herd of 6 of those. I don't see the others. But they are from Afghanistan and they're endangered. I think about 10,000 left. Now we got an awful lot of peacocks. Peacocks are the national bird of India.
Yeah, correct.
And it's their mating season, so they start screaming at us. Don't know why, they want us out of here. Well, we got a lot more deer and antelope. We're going to see them later. They're usually under the trees on the left in the afternoon. So right now, let's hear from the deer lady.
Hi, my name is Michelle. I'm part of the Wild Asian Keeper team. We call this area Kanha Meadow, where we care for about 40 Barasingha deer, 15 axis deer, 10 black buck, and a pair of muntjac. We start our day by checking on all the animals, making sure they are healthy, behaving normally, and safe. Sometimes, fawns and calves are born overnight. Newborns are given a neonatal exam, which includes weighing, vaccination, and tagging for identification purposes. While the animals are in the meadow, we prepare their nighttime holding areas so that they have a safe and clean place to spend the night.
Well, we all know that an animal that is extinct no longer exists, like the dinosaurs or the dodo bird. The animal we're going to see now is actually extinct in nature. That means you can only find them in zoos. It's called the Mongolian wild horse, also called Schwalski's horse. As we go by the horses, so we're going to take a look at them and notice how they're different from our domestic American horses.
Wow.
First of all, they're little. They have short legs and stocky bodies. And look at the mane. It sticks straight up in the air like a mohawk haircut. And between the eyes, you don't see a forelock. The forelock is the hair that falls between the eyes on an American horse. Well, I mentioned that they were extinct in nature. That was in the 1960s. And at that time,
Schwalski's horse went extinct in the wild in the 1960s. On a recent trip to Kazakhstan, I thought about the ongoing and successful efforts in that country to bring these horses back to the Central Asian steppe. The world needs happy stories, to watch the impossible become possible, and to see hope restored. That's what's happening today here at Schwalski's horse.
We got our first Schwalski's horses back in 1902. And since then, we've had more than 50 baby horses born here. Called the gaur, also known as the Indian bison. These are the largest wild cattle in the world. Males can weigh 2,000 pounds and be 10 feet long. And look at the horns on them. A male gaur can fight off anything with those horns, even a tiger. What endanger them is humans, who are taking over their habitat. Now let's hear from Dave.
Hi, I'm Dave, a wild animal keeper here in Wild Asia. When the Bronx Zoo received 2 female and 1 male gaur from the San Diego Zoo, it took a couple of introductions before all the animals were comfortable. But after a little bit of time, the 3 new animals fully integrated into the herd, and we have the family that you see today. A family group of gaur can consist of up to 40 individuals, and is typically led by an older adult female called the matriarch. Since the 2 females and 1 male have been added to this family, there have been a number of offspring. multiple species, so it's vital to maintain a healthy growing herd here at the zoo.
Noise coming from the concrete jungle rather than the Asian one. You know, sometimes we forget that the beautiful Bronx Zoo is right in the middle of New York City. And the noise you hear behind us now is traffic on the Bronx River Parkway. And we're going faster than they are. So the zookeepers built the wall here to keep all the traffic noise away from the next animal, a tiger. Tigers live alone in the wild. That's why we only have one tiger at a time in our exhibit. We're going to slow down now, and you might be tempted to stand up to look for the tiger, but do not stand up. Here he is. He's coming right at us. This is...
Where is it?
Denari.
There.
Denari is
Yeah.
an 8-year-old female Himalayan tiger. He's just out taking a walk. He can afford to do that, you know. He doesn't have to hunt for a living. We feed him here.
He's walking with us.
The tigers out in the wild, they'll make a kill and they'll sit down and gorge themselves on up to 40 pounds of meat at one time. It's like eating 160 quarter-pounders at one time. And after a meal like that, they don't eat for days. Now, you noticed him spraying the tree. He's marking his territory. We have 3 male tigers. He did it again. And we alternate putting them out. So there's always the smell of another male tiger around. So he's marking. And now we're going by the rear end of the first meadow where we were as we got off the bridge. And all these big orange animals are Barasinga deer from India. Now look at them right in front of them. We got a couple of black buck antelope. We got one black buck lying on the ground with the horns. See the long, skinny, twisty horns? That's a male black buck antelope. The Barasinga deer have antlers. Deer have antlers and antelope have horns. And cattle have horns and goats have horns. The difference is that antlers fall off after mating, then they grow back for the next mating season. But horns never fall off, they're permanent. And now we're going to enter a clump of bamboo where we have the babarusa. That's a word in the Malay language. They're from Indonesia. It means big deer, because the males have tusks that remind people of antlers on deer. Babarusa are endangered, but we have a very successful breeding program here. And now we're entering the elephant exhibit. Here we have Happy the elephant, who is getting a bath. Look at this. She's enjoying this. Happy's an old lady elephant. She's over 50, which is pretty old for an elephant. Sit down, please.
Oh my God.
Sit down, please. Happy's an Indian elephant. You can tell by the little ears. African elephants have big ears. But Indian elephants are endangered. You know, after World War II, they counted them. There were over 100,000 then. But now there are fewer than 50,000. And the numbers keep going down. But Happy's very pampered here at the zoo. She gets baths and she gets pedicures. And her little boy Patrick, I don't see him around here. They must be at the other end of the exhibit. So let's speed up a little bit and hear the rhino cue while we get there.
Here is a note from our field office in Sumatra, and Ulan, who works with the Sumatran rhino. Sumatran rhinos are the smallest of the world's rhinos, and they they are considered critically endangered.
My name is Wulan Misteri, and I'm the Species Conservation Specialist for WCS Indonesia program. We carried out an island-wide survey of the last wild population of Sumatran rhinoceros in Indonesia. With so many unknowns on how to manage Sumatran rhinos in the wild or captivity, our studies showed definitively that we must protect them at source. The cost of doing nothing could be the extinction of the species, and I can't imagine that.
And here they are in the mud wallow. You know, everybody thinks rhinos are armor-plated, but that's not true. Their skin's very sensitive, especially to insect bites. So they roll around in the mud and get it all over their body, and that's how they keep the bugs off. Now look at Patrick. Look how big he's getting. He's not even a year old yet. Well, he was over 100 pounds at birth, and Priya was pregnant with him for 16 months. Sounds like fun, ladies, huh?
16 months.
They are Indian rhinos, and Indian rhinos are highly endangered. There are only about 2,000 of them left in the world. And one species of antelope. The big animals with the white rumps are called nilgai antelope. Nilgai means blue bull in Hindi, but we don't have any bulls out today. These are all girls. What else? We got these dark animals, the big animals, that are mottled because they're molting. So they don't look so hot right now. Come back in a month, they'll be beautiful. They're the sandbar deer, which are the largest deer in southern Asia. The males can weigh 650 pounds. And the little animals are called hog deer. They're called hog deer because they're short and squat like hogs. The antlers on him. Now we're crossing over a double fence into the Chinese tufted deer exhibit. I'm looking around for a tufted deer. Habitat for fish and turtles. And it's a place where migrating birds can stop and take a rest. See the geese down there? And now we're entering a very rocky area where we keep the mountain goats. And look at that guy standing on the tree there. Look at him. He's standing on a tree.
Who's that?
Well, all mountain goats have specially adapted hooves that have rubbery bottoms. And that lets them grab onto whatever they land on, tree or mountain or whatever.
I can see it too.
These are markhor goats. They're the national animal of Pakistan, where they got a lot of mountains. These guys can grow horns that are more than 5 feet long. But don't feel sorry for them. Horns are hollow. They're very light. Remember, they're permanent, as opposed to antlers, which are solid and heavy. So I think the deer are very happy at the end of mating season when their antlers fall off. So remember, the Bronx Zoo is part of the Wildlife Conservation Society, the WCS. We have 5 parks here in New York City. We got the Bronx Zoo where you are right now, and there's the Central Park Zoo in Manhattan, and the Queens Zoo in Queens, and the Prospect Park Zoo in Brooklyn, and the New York Aquarium in Coney Island. There's even a Staten Island Zoo, but they're not affiliated with us. But I wanted you to know that no matter which borough you are in, there's a zoo to go to. We're the biggest. In fact, at 265 acres, the Bronx Zoo is the largest urban zoo on Earth. And we have our scientists out there at over 300 locations in more than 60 countries. Because, as you know, humans and wildlife are in conflict everywhere nowadays. So we have our scientists everywhere protecting endangered species. And you can help. You know, just by coming here to the zoo today, you're helping us help wildlife. And go to our website at wcs.org. You'll see all kinds of ways for you to help us help animals. Well, we're going to have to stop here for 10 seconds to reboot the computer. Seated till the train doors open. And watch your step as you exit the monorail car. Remember, there's a step up for people exiting from the front row, and a step down for those exiting from the back row. And now, on behalf of the Bronx Zoo, I want to thank you for joining us here today. We want you to come back and visit us again real soon, right here at the world-famous Bronx Zoo. Have a great afternoon. Thank you.